What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's the homie you didn't know you needed, and today we're talking about the One Piece base shop. Now, this is a little bit of an impromptu video. I was just notified by my friend that we actually got access to this store. So instead of me kind of fumbling over what this store is, of course, I went to AI. So their explanation, so I wanted to make sure that this was like a first of store. I know that there are a few different stores in Tokyo or in Japan that have One Piece merchandise. So the store in Shibuya has more t-shirts and kitchenware and plushies and things like that. So I wanted to see what was different about the one opening in Shinjuku that opened, I think, earlier in December. I mean, it's only December 5th, but I think earlier this month they actually opened. And this is the first official One Piece store that not only has merchandise, but they started to integrate more experiences, different themed areas, things like that. So today I want to talk about the store itself, and I wanted to go over some products that I'm going to be looking for, that you should be looking for secondhand if I were you, that you can only get from this store. But first, let's check out the actual One Piece base shop trailer that they released. It's only 2 minutes, so we'll check this out, and then I want to go through some of the items. So here we go. We love a good tutorial. I hope they show the map in the beginning. I haven't watched this in a while because I didn't think I was going. But this is the floor plan. It's a large situation. It's a big deal. I think it's the largest square footage One Piece store of its kind, and of its kind, it's the first one in the world. So you can actually go and find the manga pages at different sizes, which is crazy. Any page you can go and buy. I'm sure that'll be first come, first serve. There's some that'll just go way harder and just a lot more iconic. You have this area you can design t-shirts, which I've never done because they have a similar thing at the Pokemon Center, and I just kind of passed by it. But One Piece I might. This one looks like you're making kind of like big candy charm bracelets and necklaces. I mean, my daughter might like that. I wouldn't wear it, but it might be cool to have. And then, oh, that's nicer than I thought it was. Usually stuff like that is like a keychain, right? But that's every day. Maybe you have to go on your birthday. You can get a, you saw that little acrylic card with the birthday on it. And then they have the gachas you can see down there with the different One Piece volumes. And then this is just the various products they have. So the scope of products they have is insane. So like Dawn pillows, Going Merry plushies, you saw that thing was huge. I also think it's like $90 in actual berry bills. Like, that's one of the top things I'm looking for when I go, to be honest. I think it'd be super dope to put that like in a phone case or just have them in a frame. Or even, I was thinking about it the other day, if you could turn those into Dawn, that'd be like the craziest flex. But I think it'd be super cool to have 10 of those and use them as Dawn in your decks. So that's the One Piece base shop itself. Let's look at some products. I have not done this part. Bath bombs, boom. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the actual products. They're not in any particular order till we get to like the top 5. So we might kind of rapid fire. These are kind of honorable mentions leading up to like the top, like I said, like 5 or 3. Let's just say top 3 just to keep it simple. But these are all honorable mentions, and there's a lot of tabs to go through. So we'll kind of start at the top. It's all in yen because if you didn't know, you have to dang near be a Japanese resident, because I have a Japanese phone with a Japanese phone number, and I could not download the correct app to make a reservation for this store. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna leave that in yen. I'm not gonna do the conversion rate. You can if you're that interested, but just know the dollar's strong. I think it's 150 yen to the dollar. But this first one is just cute. So first off is bath bombs. My daughter loves bath bombs. It doesn't matter what's inside of it, she's grabbing them. And here is usually like Kirby for some reason. Kirby and the Peanuts they love. But to be able to get any of the Straw Hat crew out of the bath bomb is just hilarious. So I love that. Next is these hair ties. I could use them, she could use them, my wife can use them. It's great. It's just you can't miss, and they're like $7. So if I see these, I'm probably gonna grab them. I doubt they'll be that hard to come by. Next is the Berry Memo Pad. So one, this is just hilarious. I love it. Also, there's a crane game you can play, and I think one of the prizes in the crane game are actual berry bills. So we talked about that during the trailer, or I mentioned during the trailer that you can get the berries there, and I saw something about there's a way to win like 1 million berries, which would be super cool. I'm gonna just leave them like scattered on the floor back here and change the camera so you can always see them if that actually happens. Next, silly, they have I don't know if this is just one rubber band. It says silicone bands. I hope it's more than one, but just the fact that they're selling this is just funny to me. So I would have that just to have it. The next two, so they have these chopper plushies. They have this normal one. This is small. I don't know how small is. They didn't put it anything for reference, but they have a small one and they have a large one. The large one's like 5 times the price, but I mean, it's chopper, so I'm sure they're gonna be hard to come by. And they have this normal colorway, and they also have this sepia. The sepia is kind of cool. The sepia is growing on me. I didn't think I was really gonna be that worried about these, but this is actually a pretty nice little plushie here. Okay, now this is kind of boring, but they use file folders everywhere here. You find them in every convenience store, every grocery store, every, of course, stationery, but it's like you can find a file folder with anything you want on it. I got some from a museum we went to. It's just they use these consistently. So just a nice blue one. Oh, and this blue apparently, well, this blue is the color of this base shop. Maybe they'll have more base shops with different color, I almost said color identities, just different like main primary colors to promote the store, which would be kind of cool. So like you got this one from Shinjuku, maybe they'll have a maroon one if you went to Hakone, I don't know. But I mean, $2, like I'm grabbing one. I'm gonna grab that.
You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Next is this huge Going Merry. If you saw in the trailer, the boy and his mom were hugging it. Like, this thing is ginormous. Probably fantastic for naps. I don't know where you keep it aside from just on, like, it's its own piece of furniture dang near. But this is very nice. Whatever those are in freedom units, you can change that if you want. This is super cool. Of course, I think so, because I made a tab for it. An actual Vive card. I think it's Vive. I don't think it's Viver. Viver. We haven't seen these in a while, but this one is Ace's card, and they have you can see the manga panels in the back with Ace on it. So I mean, this is kind of like the rubber bands for Usopp. It's neat to have. $6. I'm probably grabbing it. Now we're getting into the top pieces. So a couple of these are figures, and we'll get into some cards in a second, don't worry. But this kind of pose for Luffy is just kind of iconic at this point. I think the 2nd anniversary that has this this pose from him. So to have one that's kind of like a little chibi is nice. I think it's super cool. It looks solid. I'll have to see when we get there. I wish they put the weight on here. Maybe one of these is weight. I don't know, but I doubt it's going to be cheaply made, so that's really cool. And they have a normal size one. If you don't like how big his head was, you can grab one of these. Do they both say King on the skull? Oh, that's dope. I never realized that. No, that's super cool. But you can see it also has the blue for the One Piece store. This angle is diabolical. This is the dopest picture I've seen of a figure. They did the same thing for this one. Yeah, like kind of like the isometric there, you know, isometric front left. No, that's dope. This is really cool. This is like a kind of, I would say, the standout almost kind of product from the store. I mean, it's a iconic pose, and he's got the mink on, getting into his croc bag, you feel me? Okay, now this one, I saw it once, but I just want to, I don't know I don't know how to introduce it. This is for incense. This is an incense burner. And I saw somebody make a TikTok having to remind people that it is for incense and it is for external use only, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Besides that, I think it's super cool. This has like the indigo kind of staining on it. which is also the blue of the One Piece base shop. Super dope. I'm not converting that, but it ain't cheap. But if it's like porcelain, is it worth it? Maybe. It's a nice little product. I like it. I might grab one. Next, we have the One Piece NBA Master Stars piece, the Monkey D. Luffy Chicago Bulls. I'm sure some of that got lost in translation, but this is an official, I think this is the first official collaboration between One Piece and the NBA, which is insane. I think I mentioned before in a previous, I think it was a short, that I think One Piece and NBA have done something before for the Lakers. They had t-shirts or something. This is the first actual product that has an actual merger between the two IPs. Is NBA an IP? It's a corporation, a business, whatever. So I only pulled up the Bulls because that's the only one I'm looking for. But they got the Bulls, the Lakers, the Knicks, the Grizzlies, Golden State Warriors, Celtics. Look at me. So yeah, this is so nice. I think the pose is super cool. Like, he's really about to like just ruin somebody's day with this dunk. Like, I love that it's also just like proportionate. Like, of course they could have had him like reaching out like Michael Jordan style with the tongue out, and like Space Jam, the real first Joy Boy. But like the fact that it's just like a normal proportion kind of body, but we still got the straw hat, we got the slippers on, is dope. I don't know what this number is on the back. 5, 6, 9, 8. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But this is super cool. And then the number one product I'm looking for when I go is this limited, I don't know why I didn't do most of this, but I think it's a One Piece base shop. It's a limited card collection, something kind of very generic name, but I think the only other way you can get this product was at a card show somewhere at some time, and now they're available at this store. I did the conversion on this. 1650 is like $12. Getting 6 alternate art leaders, limited art leaders for $12, $2 per card, is absolutely insane. Not saying all these are playable. I mean, none of them are. Let's go through them. Luffy ST21, kind of the king of the aggro as far as I'm concerned. I think it's a really good deck. I think it's better than Rayleigh currently, and I think Law is kind of falling flat right now. I'm not really sure. I played Law a little bit. I think it's kind of fun, but I hear that it's not super hot. You got Chopper, who you don't think about till he's beating your face in with a full board on turn 3. Terrifying deck. Doesn't see a ton of play, but when you do see it, it can pop off. We got Perona. I don't know a lot about Perona, but there she is. Sugar. I want Sugar to be good so bad, and I'm bad at playing Sugar. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't resonate, but this art is hilarious. I think this is when she saw Usopp's drawing. This is terrifying. When she saw Usopp's drawing that he threw when they were trying to rescue whoever from whoever. You got Usopp here, blue-black. I haven't heard about this deck in forever, but I think it's good, right? Dressrosa. And then an L, another iconic art here. So I think that these cards are crazy. The price is insane. I told my wife, if they don't tell me explicitly that I can't walk out of there with 5 of these, I'm walking out with 5 of them. I'm sorry. Just hopefully when I go, they have these in stock. But I am going twice, so I have good odds.